Okay. Here, since we're so close to the end of the game, let's go ahead and turn on the in-game music so we can really appreciate its glory. The wonders and joys. Okay. Tom and the companions called it. Thank you once again for the scrolls. We have been preparing for this for many days. You have performed your part in creating the seed with your great bravery. Now it is up to us to complete the job. With G. Kantos, the G. Kantos with Harriet among them. Sorry, God. Form a circle in the meeting room and delve into deep concentration. Soon the entire room is filled with a blinding light. Exhausted, one after another leaves the circle. After a while, only Nemo, Stranag, and Harriet remain. Slowly the brightness dims and reveals the all-powerful product made from the unified efforts of the greatest magical talent of the planet. It's a seed. I love that guy's head. Just... Albion is another word for Britain, Morgan TSA. So there's actually quite a few things called Albion. Including comic book series, a show, there's some books. It's like 3 games that I'm aware of. It is created, thanks be to you, Anima Bona. With ceremonial demeanor, Nemos presents the companions with an unimpressive object, which looks like a large seed. This is the essence of Anima Bona. May magic gain victory over Animeknaz. Animeknaz? God, I can't pronounce that. Principle of rationality this one time. Use the seed well. Thank you, Nemos. This seed doesn't look very powerful, don't you think? Just wait. The tree which grows from a normal seed is more impressive than what it grew from. Now is time for you to take the seed to its destination. Tom, carefully consider which companions you intend to take with you on this dangerous enterprise. Assemble the proper party and delay no longer. We put all our hopes with you and your companions. I'll give it our best. As soon as I put together the best team, we'll travel to Umoja Kenta, then under the mountains into the Toronto area. When we were fleeing the ship before, Joe and I saw a possible way to penetrate the installation. There's a side entrance with a small lock, which was originally designed as an exit for Toronto's security forces. We will try to get in there. Before we push towards the reactor, we will try to show Joe's documentary so the crew can be warned. We also create some commotion, which we can use to our advantage. Joe, is the documentary ready? Yes, I've edited the material so all the most important parts starts at the beginning. Even if the AI succeeds in stopping the transmission shortly after it begins, the message should be clear. Here. The chip should isolate the console we use from the AI's control for some time. My part is complete. Only one more thing. I'm not a good warrior and I don't have magical abilities. However, I'd like to come along since I can help on board the Toronto. I'll think about it, Joe. Off to Toronto. The attack on Toronto can begin at any time now. Yeah, I was thinking that too, Kira White Noise. None of them get the kind of screen time they need to really be developed, which is really a shame. But you can kind of see it there. And good morning, DJ Flick, and Pika, and Gum Gum, and Morgan TSA, and Van Falkenstein, and Mr. Red, and Eclectic, and Loner. What is up? Where's... And Cat Horse. Thank you very much. I'm actually not going to bow very much. I have a pretty bad migraine right now. But thank you very much for the bits. I'll put those towards whatever you just said, which is Space Marine. Hopefully no one will donate anything big today, because I'm not sure I could physically take the pain of bowing for a long period of time. I hope the performance goes well, Linnea Ruth. Meanwhile, Linnea Ruth is over there super nervous. I'm kidding, I'm kidding. Hello, friends. I'm really crossing my fingers for your mission against the Toronto. Hope you'll have soon finished with your preparations. Any more tips for us? Unfortunately, nothing specific. If only someone knew exactly how the seed worked. But the principles which created the seed are so diverse. I'm sure its power will develop near a large energy source, and the fusion reactor is the most powerful energy source in the world. Just to reassure you, I don't believe there will be a destructive reaction. It's Migraine Man. I knew it! It explains everything. Thank you very much, Migraine Man. As always, for those subs. Much appreciate. If you know where you want to put those, please let me know. Let's see here. Yep. Toronto is the essence of Animekna to put all knowledge... I'm saying this wrong. It is the essence of Animekna. How are you supposed to say that? Animekna? I don't know. To put all knowledge in order and thus to stop any flow. But try to stop a river, no matter how strong and high a dam is, at some point even the smallest river will overcome and fill the basin. And so with Toronto, Animekna will celebrate only a passing success. At some point Anima Bona will destroy this also, even if we should fail. For nothing that Animekna orders lasts forever. Nevertheless, we must try to destroy Toronto for those who live, and those who come after us. Interesting. Anima Bona means flow of souls. She is the daughter of the unknown god. We enlightened ones also call her Entity. She is our creator and Ur-mother, together with her younger brother, Animekna. That means the bridal of souls. She created the heaven and earth, the animals and the plants, and up to now we thought she created Albion herself without her brother. Now you have come here, so Animekna must have also participated in the creation of Albion. It was very frightening to us, for where should we turn when Animekna's spirit has crushed Albion as well? Hey, I don't have any problem saying I'm sorry. I am, after all, 90% Canadian. It's the same thing from other one. Oh, hello. It is typical that you would ask about that. He is unknown, therefore there's nothing more to say about him. But that's point. Okay, whatever. Fruit, Mr. Red. Fruit. The entity views things and living beings as individuals, which do not belong to an order or higher state of being. You know, everything has its own magic, its own ends. Therefore, a man does not become a man simply because he externally appears to be a man, but he simply is a man. Therefore, we call the counterpart to the entity, her brother, Animekna, the Ontic, because he classifies everything and brings order to that which he sees as chaos, when it really is nothing more than the variety of all ends. To explain it simply, a man who feels like an Iskai is an Iskai. Animekna would never understand this. For him, the Iskai would be a man because he looks like one. Hey, Crazy Norse. He was probably pretty chill about it, Zactaf. Either that or he was like, no. Hey, DeQuack. That which brings you to speak of I, and thus to mean something that differentiates you from others, is the ends. But the ends is more than that. You see, the ends justifies the means. The ends is everything you are. If you try to describe it in words, you will fail because words are fixed concepts. They don't flow. Maybe we should ask our healer. I think these guys are chaos worshippers. We need to get some heresy purging in here. There is no doubt the Helramir are clever people. Some of them even succeeded with their causal logic to recognize that Animekna is not the only son of the unknown god. They had great singers and thinkers, Homer and Aristotle, but their flaws allowed them to get stronger than us. They did. They developed writing, as did we, but their writing soon began to no longer just mean what it said. For them, writing was what it said, and their words were what they meant. The flow of the language froze, and they began to lack... This is getting hard to process. The flow of the language froze, and they began to stack individual concepts one onto another like stones. Their language lost its spirit. They were still very clever, but without spirit. They built the tower of their words higher and higher, and converted everything magical which they feared into dead material, and filled it with new spiritless life. But they completely control this undead material. What is wrong with this person? I mean, I'm not into animism in general. I'll be honest about that, but yeesh. Since magic has no words, it's difficult to explain. Imagine you are friends with all of you. Imagine you are friends, and all of you had a vivid concept of an event. This event will happen when you have the right access to Anima Bona, for Helramir is very difficult to grasp, but who knows? Maybe we should... Okay, sure. Why would that be surprising, Peak? I'm sure most people have never heard about this game. Canto, who has traveled far through the lands of Helromia, told us the songs of Homer of the War of the Iliad, where Achilles and Patroclus fell, and of the travels of Ulysses, who was the first to win the war against the magic of Anima Bona by freezing words and using them for his purpose. He was the first prince of Animecna. The cunning Ulysses, a very interesting figure, even if we don't have much sympathy for him. His cleverness consisted of clinging to the magic of Anima Bona, and then betraying it for his own purpose. As such, he was a great example for Bathrig. Consider the one-eyed giant Polyphemus. Ulysses saved himself by changing his name, thus using it as a tool for his purposes. He only imitated the magic which creates a name, for his name was no longer the expression of magic, but the expression of the purpose which he sought to accomplish, and this is probably one of the main differences between the Celts and the Helramir. Urkith is particularly brilliant in this area. You should ask her about it. Sure. Aristotle built the Tower of Words. Where Ulysses laid the foundation, Aristotle devised the means to build the tower to great heights. He was a great thinker, there's no doubt about that, but he only used the goals of the Animecna. The Helramir value him as the founder of logic, and for them, that is the highest thing. But even though they're basic logic, the Helramir have still not been able to understand the essence of magic. They may be stronger than the Celts, but they're still far from being everything. Is that everything? Celts. Oh my god. So many dialogue options. He was the first to bring dead material against the Celts, and had great success converting even his armies into dead material. Dead material, which consisted of living soldiers, but he lost his life of his own weapon, Brodo, after he had killed the other two. Brodo means sting, excuse me. That's still kind of hard to read. He was the sting of Saethar, and at the same time his fate. There's an old saying that the Helramir will be destroyed by their own weapons someday, but I prefer to believe that they'll be robbed of their superiority through their weapons. It goes against the spirit of Anima Bona for Animecna to disappear completely, for the river exists only when there is a mountain and a valley. Bathrig was the son of Saethar, but much more clever than the latter, because he did not conquer the Celts through war, in which they were difficult to beat. Rather, he enticed them by preaching the unknown god to them. Unfortunately, this was very enticing to many of the Celts. They did not recognize that by preaching the unknown god, Bathrig gave him a name, as is the nature of the Helramir. Canto discovered his true nature, and at the same time saw the earth was lost to the Helramir. He with the last faithful ones to Albion, a place where the Helramir did not have access. Their Tower of Words was not yet high enough. Now it appears to be. What, Can I get whatever drugs you're on, Frill? I'm just... Because they sound like they are the good stuff. I mean, I get it. I do actually get it. I just... I don't want to roll my eyes too hard because it'll give me a headache. Well, the good news is that'll kill me then, Mr. Red. Oh, I'm sure it's true in setting. It just, I don't know. This kind of writing always just makes me kind of go, okay, sure. And just kind of tune out. You know? Maybe you don't know. I don't know. Yeah, nothing new here. You know, it's like when Late Voyager starts being like, "Hey," and then just a flow of nonsense comes out of their mouths. It's the same dialogue. It's the same dialogue. Same dialogue. Homer's songs are an accurate image of the war between the two poles, Anima Bona and Animechna. Especially the second part, which deals with the wanderings of Ulysses, is very instructive, for Ulysses incorporates the principle of Animechna like no one else before him. For him, adjusting to the flow of events is no longer important. He no longer feels himself to be a part of the flow of Anima Bona, which man had always felt up to then. For him, adjusting to the flow is only superficial. He's like a boat which conquers the river because it superficially matches its movement, but he uses its abilities to conquer it for his own purposes. Purposes which belong to an entirely different world than the purpose of flowing the river. In this way, Ulysses hopes to escape the threat of the river. Yes, because I totally hate Voyager. Damn it. What is wrong with me? I mean, I know I have a migraine, but ugh. I'm gonna pop a Dramamine now. And it's Wednesday. Trying to read here, guys. Oh, the visor's helping. This is unrelated. This is a slightly new development I'm still trying to study. And gals. In my defense, there's only one woman present. No, you know me. I mean it as a gender-neutral statement. I don't think any of these are new. I think, yeah, none of these are new. So let's just go ahead and... Okay, so there's our backstory. My eyes are sufficiently crossed now. God, that just... You know what that sounds like? If I was to process this a little bit... Whoa. This sounds like... a less irritating version of... I guess naturalism is the term for that. You know, we need to get back to nature. We need to just live lives. I suppose it's a form of anarchism, but I don't want to use that word because that has connotations. You know what I mean? Like, there's an episode of Deep Space Nine where a cult is built around a power-hungry madwoman who, you know, is like, we need to get back to nature. But imagine that, but not evil and not stupid. And that's what this sounds like to me. Like, considering what they're talking about, the very nature of being organized, being presented as a bad thing, just, You're funny, von Falkenstein. Alright, come with me, Joe. Who am I going to replace with... Oh, I'll just replace her. Oh, now? I mean, I suppose it depends on how extreme you take it, Akira White knows, because the concept that they're positing here, taken to extreme, would be insanity. And I mean that with total sincerity. I'm all for understanding and tolerance, but if you just go with the flow to an extreme extent, that is insanity. Primitivism, that is it. You're right, X. Primitivism. Well, let's call this what this is. This is the light side versus the dark side. No, really. Ignore the AU for a second, because the AU changed what the Force is. Back in several aspects of the EU, the light side was all about going with it and, you know, following the will of the Force and blah, 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 blah. And the dark side was all about enforcing your will. You making things change and happen according to your own perspective, rather than going with what should happen, right? And so, you can kind of see that particular presentation here. And I'm making a note because I want to mention that during the room. That's probably why I'm rolling my eyes so hard about the light side, because I've never been pro-light side as it's presented. Because, you know, I'm kind of all about will and choice, you know, and lawnmowers. You see, Lene Ruth gets it. She gets this. Oh my god. They're coming around for another pass. Ah, thank you, Rosilia. Very much. I need this Dramamine to kick in. Oh my gosh. Much obliged. Thank you. Yeah, it's because they've moved on. If you happen to know where you want to put that, please let me know. One thing they do, every time they come by, they like to go right up to the window, which is hysterical because there's nothing to mow there. You know what's outside my window? Concrete. Hello, Mind Beam. Anyways, let's get Joe in the party. I've already lost my train. I was just gonna compare it to light side, dark side. This is gonna be the real problem. I'm gonna have to try and figure out how to keep a solid thread of thought while having a migraine. Like I said, I've got real pain pills, but I don't want to use them because, my god, are those just nauseating. Thank you, Tomb Raider, very much. I will put that towards my choice. No, Takoida, no! Again, I'm kind of on the lawful side of the equation here. I would be like, Animegna, let's do it! Done! It's not even a choice to me. I'm not even joking. That's not even a choice. If I had to choose between just go with it or the very concept of organization, done. Anyways, Joe, join me. Join me. Oh, shoot. Harriet, get out of the party. Wait, no. Saboa, get out of the party. Leave forever. Even though you're the bonus character, who's, like, great. But we need Joe. Spec Ops, you got it, Rosulia. Give me one moment. It is a little difficult. Yes, Zactout. Yeah, it's funny you say that, Gum Gum. Literally yesterday, my sister and I had a disagreement about alignments. Just to prove that alignment discussions and arguments are eternal. Oh, not in a long time, Eclectic. Of course it's dark. Okay. I don't know where I'm going. Where's the tunnel? They didn't tell me where it is. Unless it's that tunnel I found to the right. To the east, you know? You know, the one I stumbled into last time when I was trying to find the other tunnel. I mean, not really personally, Pika, but that's just me. Yeah, I know I'm not in dev mode. Otherwise, I would just walk straight through the rocks. With my infinite power. See, there's Loner disagreeing with the alignment argument again. I'm telling you, it's universal. Everyone disagrees about alignments. Now the question is whether those arguments devolve into actual argumentative state. That's when things get bad. People start yelling and shouting and not listening to each other. I actually haven't played Genshin Impact myself. I mean, I probably never will, but, you know. Okay. Oh god, where am I? Is this the place? This looks like the place. Oh, that's a good question, Fife. Really, there are only two answers, though. The SNES or the GBA. The GBA has several issues which make it less fun to play, but it has a better script. And the SNES is funner to play, but has a worse script, and that's really what it boils down to. Both are also very hard to come by, so if you're thinking in terms of practicality, then you should probably play the phone or PC version, which you can just buy for like $10 or whatever. What? Oh. We here, at the Lore Walkers, do not condone the cool crime of emulation. Ignore the fact that I am literally playing this game, emulated, right this very second. I mean, I did buy it. It's just, that's the only way to play this game physically, with the computer hardware setup I have. It is actually impossible, if I owned the original floppies or CD of this game, to play this game without some form of emulation. But no, emulation's totally evil. God, companies are stupid. After avoiding the work machines and excavations, the companions actually reach the Toronto unnoticed. Tom succeeds in opening a side entrance without triggering an alarm. He closes the hatches as everyone's inside. Done! Now let's find a console where we can enter our documentation concerning Albion. This will cause some trouble on board. I mean, you wouldn't download a car. That was such a dumb advert campaign, too. Oh my goodness. I want to slug whoever came up with it. Right. Oh, there's the console right there. Or a console. Okay. Yeah, that's the other thing. Ignoring the obvious stupidity about that argument, you know, that you wouldn't download a car. Most people probably totally would. At the end of the L-shaped section in the west, there should be an access to the service level. That's our destination. Okay. And you know what's funny? I'm pretty sure most people would download a car, even if they could do so legally. Let me explain what I mean by a little bit. Let's say you live somewhere on the planet Earth. I know that's hard to... Bear with me. So you live on Earth, and you want a car. A specific car. Oop. Okay, that's cool. How much availability do you have to buy a car, or to buy that exact car you want? In some places, you may be able to get that car, but in other places, you're going to have to compromise, either on the make or the model, or even the specific variants, right? But imagine if you could just look at every car, all of them, and select the exact one, the exact specific thing right there, that one, and actually get that exact car you want, and then just pay it. And yeah, even get the right color, and you get the idea. Now, I've only had that issue a few times in my life, depending on where I live. But that's exactly my point, is it's kind of geography dependent. Being able to legally purchase and download a car would eradicate the geography from the equation. Now, much as I hate to do this, I'm going to chop off for probably about half an hour-ish, maybe. This is an estimate, of course. I do apologize. You see, I was hoping to do this earlier, but then timing didn't work out. It is my dad's birthday, and I'm going to give my dad a call. So I'm just going to sit right here. Not going to move. I'm going to go ahead and chop everything off, but I will be back in a little bit, hopefully, after I have done telling him happy birthday. So I will see you all in a bit. Yeah, this is a major stream break.